The trouble is, you think you have time. Buddha, what if I told you that the most precious thing you have right now is slipping away, and that you may not even realize it? Time. It's the one thing we can never get back, yet we often treat it as if we have an endless supply. In this video, I want to take you on a journey where we explore the timeless wisdom of Buddhism and how it can help you stop wasting the precious moments of your life. Imagine living every day with intention, fully aware of the fleeting nature of time. Imagine waking up each morning and realizing that today is not just another day to get through. It's a gift. Buddhism teaches us that time is impermanent, that every moment is precious, and that the key to a fulfilling life lies in embracing the present. But how do we do that in a world filled with distractions, pressures, and endless tasks that make us feel like we're always running out of time? In the next few minutes, we'll explore practical Buddhist teachings that can help you reclaim your time, slow down, and begin living with a deeper sense of purpose. It's not about achieving more or doing more. It's about being more. It's about discovering how to truly live, in every moment, with full awareness and gratitude. So, are you ready to stop letting your life slip away unnoticed? Let's begin. 1. Time in Buddhist philosophy, impermanence and awareness of time. In Buddhism, time is not simply a ticking clock or a linear progression from one moment to the next. Time is understood through the lens of impermanence, the fundamental Buddhist teaching that everything is in a constant state of flux and change. The Buddha teaches that all things, whether they are our emotions, thoughts, relationships, or even the universe itself, are transient. Nothing lasts forever. This is the essence of impermanence. Everything is born, exists for a time, and eventually fades away. A flower that blooms today will wither tomorrow, and a river that flows today will never flow the same way again. It is in this fluidity that we find the true nature of time. So, how does this understanding of time relate to our lives today? In a world that often feels like it's rushing by, we live in a society where time is constantly in demand. The clock is ticking, and we feel pressure to accomplish more, achieve more, and keep moving forward. But this relentless chase often blinds us to the present moment. We forget that time isn't just a finite resource to be spent or consumed. It is a gift to be lived. The Buddha offers us a profound perspective. By embracing the impermanence of all things, we can begin to see the preciousness of each moment. When we truly understand that time is fleeting, that life is uncertain, it encourages us to stop postponing our happiness, to stop waiting for a better future, and to fully engage with the now. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, work, technology, social media, obligations that all compete for our attention. We race through our days, often looking ahead to the next task, the next deadline, the next goal, without ever truly appreciating the richness of the present. Yet, the truth is, we cannot live in the future. The only time we have is now. Why is this so important? Because time, as the Buddha teaches us, is not something we can reclaim once it's gone. Every moment we let slip by without awareness is a moment lost forever. But when we develop an understanding of impermanence, we begin to see that each moment is precious, that each breath, each heartbeat, each conversation is an opportunity to live fully. Buddhism encourages us to be present, to embrace the fleeting nature of life, and to cherish every moment for what it is. We don't need to chase more time. We need to recognize the value in the time we have right now. Time is a teacher in itself, reminding us that nothing is permanent, that everything is in a state of change, and that we must live with mindfulness and gratitude. Practical reflection. Take a moment and reflect on how you experience time in your life. How often do you find yourself caught up in the next thing, whether it's a meeting, a task, or a plan for the future? How often do you feel like time is slipping through your fingers, just out of reach? What if you began to view each moment not as a means to an end, but as a moment to fully embrace? What if, instead of rushing, you took a deep breath and let yourself truly experience the present? This is the power of understanding impermanence. It teaches us that everything we experience is temporary, and that is precisely what makes it all the more precious. The Buddhist concept of impermanence teaches us to see time as a precious, fleeting gift. In a world that often makes us feel like we are constantly running out of time, it is crucial to remember that the only time we have is the present. By embracing the understanding that all things change and nothing lasts forever, we can start to appreciate the richness of each moment, shifting our focus from the future to the now. In the next part, we'll explore how mindfulness and present moment awareness can help us fully engage with the precious time we have. So stay tuned. 2. Mindfulness and living in the present moment. What is mindfulness and why does it matter? Mindfulness, or sati in Pali, lies at the heart of Buddhist teachings. It is the practice of cultivating awareness of the present moment, fully experiencing life as it unfolds, free from distractions, regrets about the past, or anxieties about the future. The Buddha often emphasized that true peace and clarity come when we anchor ourselves in the now. The modern world, however, makes this seem nearly impossible. Between constant notifications, a never-ending to-do list, and the pressure to keep up with everything, we often find ourselves in a mental whirlwind. But this is precisely why mindfulness is more important than ever. It offers us a sanctuary, a space where we can pause, breathe, and reconnect with ourselves amidst the chaos. Mindfulness is not about escaping reality or suppressing emotions. Instead, it is about facing reality with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. The Buddha's teachings encourage us to observe life as it is, without judgment, cultivating a state of presence where we can truly experience life rather than just rushing through it. How mindfulness reduces anxiety and enhances joy. One of the greatest gifts mindfulness offers is its ability to calm an anxious mind. Anxiety often stems from a preoccupation with the future, worrying about what might happen or fearing the unknown. Similarly, feelings of regret or sadness often arise from dwelling on the past, replaying old mistakes, or yearning for times that have already slipped away. When we practice mindfulness, we break free from this cycle. By grounding ourselves in the present, we allow our minds to rest. Mindfulness encourages us to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. For example, instead of thinking, "I am anxious," mindfulness allows us to notice, "I am experiencing feelings of anxiety." This subtle shift in perspective creates space between us and our emotions, empowering us to respond rather than react. Beyond reducing anxiety, mindfulness enhances our ability to find joy in everyday moments. It teaches us to appreciate the little things, a warm cup of tea, the sound of rain, or the laughter of a loved one. These moments, often overlooked in the rush of daily life, become sources of profound happiness when we give them our full attention. Lessons from mindfulness in managing time and life. Mindfulness also offers practical insights into how we manage our time. When we are fully present, we are more focused and efficient. Instead of multitasking and scattering our attention, mindfulness encourages us to approach each task with care and intention. This not only improves productivity, but also transforms even mundane activities into meaningful experiences. Take a simple act like washing dishes. Mindfulness invites us to feel the temperature of the water, notice the texture of the soap bubbles, and immerse ourselves in the act itself. What was once a chore becomes an opportunity to be present, to engage with the moment fully. On a deeper level, mindfulness helps us reevaluate how we spend our time. It prompts us to ask important questions. Are we dedicating our time to what truly matters? Are we living in alignment with our values and priorities? Or are we caught up in the pursuit of things that don't bring lasting fulfillment? Practical mindfulness exercises for everyday life. Mindfulness is a skill that grows with practice. Here are a few simple exercises to incorporate mindfulness into your daily life. 1. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments each day to focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breath. This practice grounds you in the present and calms your thoughts. 2. Mindful eating. During your meals, try eating slowly and with intention. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of each bite. This not only enhances your enjoyment of food, but also cultivates gratitude for the nourishment it provides. 3. Body scan meditation. Take a few minutes to mentally scan your body from head to toe, noticing any tension, sensations, or areas of discomfort. This practice fosters a deeper connection with your body and helps release physical and emotional stress. 4. Gratitude journaling. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. This simple act of reflection shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in your life. 5. Pause and observe. Throughout the day, pause for a moment and take in your surroundings. Notice the colors, sounds, and smells around you. Allow yourself to be fully present in that space, even if only for a few seconds. The transformative power of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not a quick fix or a one-time practice. It is a lifelong journey, a commitment to living fully and authentically in each moment. Over time, mindfulness transforms how we experience life. It teaches us to let go of the relentless pursuit of what's next and instead embrace the richness of what is. By living mindfully, we free ourselves from the chains of regret and worry. We discover that happiness is not something to be chased or achieved, but something to be found in the present. In the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, the present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. As we continue this journey, let's delve into another powerful Buddhist teaching that complements mindfulness, letting go. In the next section, we'll explore how the practice of non-attachment can liberate us from the burdens of clinging and open the door to true freedom. 3. Non-attachment and freedom. Understanding non-attachment in Buddhism. The concept of non-attachment, or upekkha in Pali, is a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. At its core, non-attachment is not about renouncing life or living without emotions. Rather, it is about freeing ourselves from the chains of clinging and desire that create suffering. The Buddha taught that attachment, whether to material possessions, relationships, emotions, or even ideas, is a primary source of human unhappiness. We often tie our sense of identity and happiness to external things, a coveted promotion, a dream house, a partner's affection, or even our self-image. But the reality is, all of these are impermanent. When we cling to them, we set ourselves up for inevitable disappointment because, as impermanence teaches us, nothing lasts forever. Non-attachment is not the same as indifference. It does not mean detaching from life or ignoring our feelings. Instead, it invites us to engage fully with life while understanding and accepting its transient nature. It's about holding things lightly, knowing that while they may bring joy or comfort, they are not the source of lasting fulfillment. How attachments become a burden. Attachments can manifest in various ways, and each brings its own set of burdens. 1. Material attachments. The desire for possessions often leads to a cycle of endless striving. We convince ourselves that acquiring the latest gadget, car, or home will bring happiness. Yet, once obtained, the satisfaction is fleeting, and we quickly move on to desiring the next thing. 2. Emotional attachments. Holding on to past hurts, grudges, or unmet expectations can weigh heavily on our hearts. These attachments keep us trapped in a cycle of resentment and pain, preventing us from moving forward. 3. Ideological attachments. Rigidly clinging to our beliefs or opinions can create conflict, both within ourselves and with others. It blinds us to alternative perspectives and stifles our growth. By recognizing these attachments and their impact, we can begin to understand why the Buddha emphasized the practice of letting go as a path to inner freedom. Letting go does not mean giving up. One of the biggest misconceptions about non-attachment is that it requires us to give up everything we love or care about. In truth, letting go is not about rejection. It is about liberation. It means freeing ourselves from the illusion that our happiness depends on external circumstances. Consider a metaphor often used in Buddhism: holding sand in your hand. If you grip it tightly, the sand slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently, it stays in your palm. Non-attachment works the same way. It allows us to experience life fully without trying to control or possess it. Practical steps to cultivate non-attachment. Developing non-attachment is a gradual process that requires practice and mindfulness. Here are some practical steps to help you let go and embrace freedom. 1. Recognize impermanence. Remind yourself that everything is transient, possessions wear out, emotions fade, and situations change. Embracing this reality helps us appreciate what we have without clinging to it. 2. Practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you lack or fear losing, cultivate gratitude for what you have in the present moment. Gratitude shifts your perspective from attachment to appreciation. 3. Release emotional baggage. Reflect on past grievances or regrets and ask yourself if holding on to them is serving you. Forgiveness, both for others and yourself, is a powerful act of letting go. 4. Engage in mindful giving. Letting go of material attachments can be as simple as giving something away. Donate items you no longer need, and notice the lightness it brings to your life. 5. Detach from outcomes. When pursuing goals, focus on the effort rather than the result. Understand that you cannot control every outcome, and trust the process instead of fixating on the end. 6. Meditate on non-attachment. Incorporate meditation practices that encourage letting go. Visualize releasing what no longer serves you and feel the sense of freedom it brings. The freedom of letting go. When we release our attachments, we create space for something greater, peace, clarity, and true freedom. Non-attachment liberates us from the endless cycle of craving and dissatisfaction, allowing us to experience life with an open heart and mind. It is in this freedom that we find our true selves. Without the weight of attachments, we can live authentically, appreciating life's beauty without fear of loss. As the Buddha said, you only lose what you cling to. By letting go, we gain the freedom to live fully. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to think about something you're holding on to, whether it's a material object, an emotion, or a belief. Ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? Is it bringing me peace? Or is it causing me stress? How would my life change if I let it go? As you reflect, remember that letting go is not about losing, it's about gaining freedom. In the next section, we will explore how practicing gratitude and presence can deepen this freedom, helping us cultivate a life of fulfillment and joy. 4. Gratitude and presence in life. Gratitude as a daily practice. Gratitude, or karuna in Pali, is a profound practice in Buddhist teachings. It is the act of recognizing and appreciating the blessings in our lives, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant they may be. In a world that often emphasizes striving for more success, more possessions, more achievements, gratitude reminds us to pause and reflect on what we already have. The Buddha taught that gratitude is a foundation for a happy and peaceful life. It is through gratitude that we learn to see the abundance around us, shifting our focus from what is missing to what is present. This shift in perspective not only enhances our sense of contentment, but also fosters deeper connections with others and the world around us. The importance of gratitude in valuing what we have. In our daily lives, it's easy to take things for granted: our health, the roof over our heads, the food on our tables, and even the people who care for us. We often only recognize their value when they are gone. Gratitude serves as a powerful antidote to this oversight, encouraging us to cherish what we have while we still have it. Gratitude also helps us combat feelings of dissatisfaction and envy, which can arise when we compare ourselves to others. Instead of fixating on what others have, gratitude allows us to appreciate the unique blessings in our own lives. It fosters a sense of sufficiency and fulfillment, reminding us that we already have enough. How gratitude transforms our perception of life. When practiced regularly, gratitude can transform the way we view our lives, including the challenges we face. Instead of seeing obstacles as purely negative, gratitude helps us find lessons and growth opportunities within them. For example, a demanding job becomes an opportunity to develop resilience and skills. A disagreement with a loved one becomes a chance to deepen understanding and strengthen the relationship. A period of difficulty becomes a reminder of our inner strength and capacity to endure. Gratitude doesn't negate life's struggles, but it helps us see them in a broader, more compassionate context. It allows us to hold space for both joy and pain, acknowledging that both are integral parts of the human experience. How to practice gratitude daily. Even in hard times, gratitude is not a passive feeling. It is an active practice that requires intention and consistency. Here are some ways to cultivate gratitude in your daily life, even during challenging times. 1. Start a gratitude journal at the end of each day. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. They can be as simple as a kind word from a stranger or a beautiful sunset. Over time, this practice trains your mind to notice and appreciate the positive aspects of life. 2. Express gratitude to others. Take a moment to thank someone who has made a difference in your life. This could be a heartfelt message, a handwritten note, or even a simple thank you. Expressing gratitude strengthens relationships and spreads positivity. 3. Practice gratitude in adversity during tough times. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Or, is there something I can still be grateful for? Finding even a small silver lining can provide comfort and perspective. 4. Mindful appreciation. Throughout the day, pause to appreciate the small things, the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of birds chirping, or the warmth of the sun on your skin. These moments of mindfulness enhance your sense of presence and gratitude. 5. Meditate on gratitude. During meditation, focus on something you are grateful for. Visualize it clearly and allow the feeling of gratitude to fill your heart. This practice deepens your connection to the present moment and fosters a sense of peace. The ripple effect of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force that extends beyond the individual. When we practice gratitude, we naturally radiate positivity and kindness, inspiring those around us to do the same. It creates a ripple effect, transforming not only our own lives, but also the lives of others. As the Buddha said, let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. If we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So, let us all be thankful. This teaching reminds us that there is always something to be grateful for, even in the most difficult circumstances. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to close your eyes and think of one thing you are grateful for today. It could be something as simple as a smile from a stranger or as significant as the love of a close friend. As you reflect, notice how this gratitude feels in your body and mind. Let it bring a sense of warmth and peace, anchoring you in the present moment. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of life. By practicing gratitude daily, we cultivate a sense of abundance, deepen our connection to the present, and transform even the most mundane moments into sources of joy. In the next section, we will explore how finding purpose and meaning can further enrich our lives, guiding us toward a deeper sense of fulfillment and harmony. 5. Seeking purpose and meaning. The Buddhist perspective on purpose. In the teachings of the Buddha, purpose is not defined by external achievements or societal expectations. It is not about accumulating wealth, fame, or accolades. Instead, the Buddha emphasized a deeper, more enduring purpose, living in alignment with our inner values and cultivating wisdom and compassion. Buddhism teaches us that the ultimate purpose of life is to alleviate suffering for ourselves and others, and to discover a path of harmony, peace, and understanding. This doesn't mean rejecting worldly responsibilities or ambitions, but approaching them with mindfulness and a sense of balance. When we live in harmony with our values, we align our actions with our true nature, finding a sense of fulfillment that external achievements cannot provide. In one of his teachings, the Buddha said, "Your work is to discover your world and then, with all your heart, give yourself to it." This reflects the idea that purpose is deeply personal. It is about understanding ourselves, our strengths, and our unique contributions to the world. How to find purpose aligned with core values. Discovering one's purpose is a journey that requires introspection, self-awareness, and a willingness to question societal norms. Too often, we are led to believe that purpose lies in meeting external expectations, following a specific career path, earning a certain income, or achieving status. However, these pursuits, while important in their own right, do not necessarily lead to lasting fulfillment. Here are steps to uncover a purpose that resonates with your core values. 1. Reflect on what truly matters. Take time to contemplate what brings you joy, peace, and a sense of meaning. Is it helping others? Creating art? Nurturing relationships? Your purpose is often hidden in the activities that make you feel most alive. 2. Identify your values. Values act as a compass, guiding your decisions and actions. Reflect on what you stand for, whether it's kindness, honesty, creativity, or community. Aligning your life with these values ensures that your purpose is authentic and fulfilling. 3. Look beyond societal expectations. It's easy to get caught up in what society deems successful or meaningful, but true purpose transcends societal definitions. Ask yourself, what would I pursue if there were no expectations or judgments? 4. Be open to change. Purpose is not static. As we grow and evolve, so too may our sense of purpose. Embrace this evolution and allow your purpose to unfold naturally over time. 5. Serve others. Purpose often emerges through acts of service. By contributing to the well-being of others, we not only find meaning but also strengthen our connection to the world. Living a meaningful and harmonious life. Living a meaningful life does not require grand gestures or extraordinary accomplishments. It begins with small, intentional actions that align with your values and purpose. Here are practical ways to cultivate a life of meaning and harmony. 1. Practice mindful living. Engage fully in the present moment. Whether you're working, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a hobby, mindful living helps you appreciate life's simple joys and creates a sense of purpose in even the most routine activities. 2. Pursue personal growth. Commit to lifelong learning and self-improvement. Whether it's through meditation, reading, or seeking guidance from a mentor, growth fosters a deeper understanding of yourself and your purpose. 3. Cultivate compassion. Purpose often stems from our connection to others. By practicing kindness and compassion, you not only enrich the lives of those around you, but also deepen your sense of fulfillment. 4. Simplify your life. A meaningful life is not about doing more. It's about focusing on what truly matters. Simplify your commitments. Prioritize your values. And let go of distractions that don't align with your purpose. 5. Celebrate your journey. Recognize that purpose is not a destination but a path. Celebrate your progress. Embrace your imperfections. And trust that every step you take is part of a larger, meaningful journey. Reflection exercise. Ask yourself the following questions to gain clarity on your purpose. What brings me genuine joy and fulfillment? What values do I hold most dear? How can I use my skills and passions to contribute to the well-being of others? Am I living in alignment with my values? Or am I prioritizing societal expectations over my own truth? Write down your answers and revisit them regularly. Purpose is not always obvious, but through reflection and intentional living, it becomes clearer over time. The harmony of purpose and meaning. When we live with purpose, we find harmony between our inner world and the external world. Life becomes less about chasing fleeting goals and more about embodying our true nature. This harmony not only brings peace, but also inspires others to seek their own path of meaning. The Buddhist teachings remind us that purpose is not something we find out there. It is something we uncover within ourselves. By aligning with our values, embracing impermanence, and living mindfully, we can create a life that is not only meaningful but also deeply fulfilling. As we move to the next section, we'll explore how to overcome one of the biggest obstacles to purposeful living, procrastination. Let's uncover practical Buddhist insights to transform hesitation into action. 6. Overcoming procrastination and taking action. Why do we procrastinate and how can we overcome it? Procrastination is a universal struggle. Whether it's putting off an important task, delaying a decision, or avoiding a challenging conversation, procrastination often feels like an invisible force holding us back. But why do we procrastinate? And how can we break free from its grip? From a Buddhist perspective, procrastination arises from a combination of internal factors: fear, ignorance, and a sense of being overwhelmed. It is not merely a matter of laziness or poor time management. Instead, it is deeply rooted in our relationship with time, our perceptions of self-worth, and our avoidance of discomfort. The Buddhist teachings offer profound insights and tools to help us understand and overcome procrastination. By addressing its root causes, we can move beyond hesitation and cultivate the courage and clarity needed to take action. Understanding the roots of procrastination through a Buddhist lens. 1. Fear of failure or the unknown. Fear is one of the most common reasons for procrastination. We delay starting something because we fear we might fail or because the outcome feels uncertain. Buddhism teaches that this fear stems from attachment to results. When we are overly fixated on success or perfection, we become paralyzed by the possibility of falling short. The antidote lies in the Buddhist practice of detachment from outcomes. Instead of obsessing over the end result, we are encouraged to focus on the effort itself. The Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." By anchoring ourselves in the present, we can take one step at a time without being overwhelmed by the big picture. 2. Ignorance and lack of clarity. Another cause of procrastination is not fully understanding the importance or purpose of a task. When we lack clarity about why something matters, it's easy to delay or dismiss it. In Buddhist philosophy, this is seen as a form of avijja, or ignorance, being disconnected from the bigger picture. To counter this, we can practice mindful reflection. Ask yourself, "Oh, why is this task important? Oh, how does it align with my values and purpose? Oh, what are the consequences of delaying it?" By gaining clarity, we reignite our sense of purpose and motivation. 3. Feeling overwhelmed or stuck. Procrastination often arises when a task feels too large or complex. We don't know where to start, so we end up doing nothing. Buddhism teaches that this sense of being stuck comes from dukkha, or suffering, caused by our resistance to discomfort. The solution lies in breaking the task into smaller, manageable steps. The Buddha likened progress to climbing a mountain, one step at a time, with patience and persistence. By focusing on the first small step, we can overcome inertia and build momentum. Practical steps to take action immediately. 1. Practice mindful awareness. The first step to overcoming procrastination is to acknowledge it without judgment. Notice when you are delaying a task and explore the emotions behind it. Are you afraid? Overwhelmed? Distracted? Mindful awareness helps you identify the root cause so you can address it directly. 2. Set clear intentions. Each day, take a few moments to set intentions for what you want to accomplish. Write down 3 priorities and commit to focusing on them. Intentions help guide your energy and keep you aligned with your goals. 3. Start with one small action. Instead of focusing on the entire task, identify one small action you can take right now. For example, if you're procrastinating on writing a report, start by opening your computer and typing the title. Small actions reduce resistance and create momentum. 4. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on a task for just 5 minutes. Once you begin, you'll often find it easier to continue. This technique is especially helpful for tasks that feel daunting or tedious. 5. Cultivate self-compassion. Avoid harsh self-criticism when you catch yourself procrastinating. The Buddha emphasized the importance of treating ourselves with kindness. Remind yourself that procrastination is a common human experience, and focus on progress rather than perfection. 6. Reflect on impermanence. Remember that time is fleeting. Procrastination often tricks us into thinking we have endless time to complete something. Reflecting on the impermanence of life can motivate us to act now rather than postponing what truly matters. Developing motivation and changing procrastination habits. Building lasting motivation requires cultivating habits that support action and minimize distractions. Here are some strategies. Create a focused environment. Minimize distractions by setting up a dedicated workspace and turning off notifications. Establish routines. Consistency helps reduce decision fatigue. Set specific times for focused work, breaks, and relaxation. Celebrate progress. Acknowledge and reward yourself for completing tasks, no matter how small. This reinforces positive behavior and builds confidence. Visualize success. Spend a few moments each day visualizing how you'll feel once the task is completed. This practice boosts motivation and keeps you focused on the benefits of action. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to think about a task you've been putting off. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what is preventing me from starting this task? What small step can I take right now to move forward? How will I feel once this task is completed? Write down your answers and commit to taking that first small step today. The Buddhist path to action. The Buddhist teachings remind us that action is the antidote to hesitation. By cultivating mindfulness, clarity, and self-compassion, we can overcome procrastination and reclaim our time and energy. Procrastination may be a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to define us. With practice and intention, we can transform hesitation into purposeful action. In the next section, we'll explore how cultivating compassion and interconnectedness can deepen our sense of purpose and bring greater harmony to our lives. Stay tuned. 7. Compassion and interconnectedness. The role of compassion in Buddhism. Compassion, or karuna in Pali, is one of the central virtues in Buddhist teachings. It is the heartfelt desire to alleviate the suffering of others and to bring joy and peace to those around us. The Buddha taught that true happiness arises not from self-centered pursuits, but from the ability to connect with others and act with kindness and care. In a world often characterized by competition, division, and individualism, cultivating compassion serves as a powerful antidote. It allows us to transcend our own desires and fears, helping us see the humanity in everyone we encounter. Through compassion, we learn to embrace the interconnectedness of all beings, recognizing that our actions have a ripple effect on the world. The Buddha said, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion." This dual benefit, bringing joy to others and finding peace within ourselves, makes compassion an essential practice for a meaningful and harmonious life. How compassion creates a peaceful world. When we approach life with compassion, we contribute to a more peaceful and harmonious world. Compassion reduces conflict by fostering understanding and empathy. It allows us to see beyond surface differences, whether they are cultural, political, or personal, and recognize the shared struggles and aspirations that unite us all. Here are some ways compassion helps create peace and ease in our lives. 1. Easing personal anxiety and stress. Compassion shifts our focus from our own worries to the needs of others. This shift reduces self-centered anxiety and provides a sense of purpose and fulfillment. 2. Strengthening relationships. Acts of compassion build trust, deepen connections, and resolve conflicts. They remind us that kindness and understanding are more powerful than judgment or resentment. 3. Promoting collective well-being. Compassionate actions inspire others to act with kindness, creating a ripple effect of positivity that extends far beyond ourselves. Imagine a world where compassion guides our interactions, where we listen to one another with an open heart, offer help without expecting anything in return, and approach conflicts with a desire for resolution rather than victory. This is the kind of world that Buddhism envisions, and it begins with each of us. How compassion helps us live more deeply. Compassion not only improves the world around us, but also enriches our inner lives. By practicing compassion, we free ourselves from the burden of negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, and resentment. These emotions drain our energy and prevent us from living fully in the present moment. Instead of dwelling on grievances or competing for recognition, compassion encourages us to embrace understanding and forgiveness. This shift allows us to live more deeply, cherishing the beauty of life and the connections we share with others. Compassion transforms how we view time, reminding us that it is not meant to be wasted on negativity, but to be spent building meaningful relationships and spreading kindness. Practical ways to cultivate compassion. Compassion is not an innate trait that some people have and others don't. It is a skill that can be nurtured and developed through practice. Here are some ways to cultivate compassion in your daily life. 1. Practice loving-kindness meditation. This Buddhist practice, also known as metta meditation, involves silently repeating phrases of goodwill for yourself and others. For example, oh, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Oh, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. This meditation helps expand your capacity for empathy and reduces feelings of anger or hostility. 2. Put yourself in others' shoes. When faced with a difficult person or situation, take a moment to imagine what the other person might be experiencing. What challenges or fears might they be facing? This perspective fosters understanding and reduces judgment. 3. Perform small acts of kindness, simple gestures, such as holding the door for someone, offering a compliment, or listening without interrupting, can have a profound impact. These acts remind us that compassion doesn't require grand efforts. It's about showing care in everyday interactions. 4. Forgive and let go. Holding on to grudges or resentment only harms ourselves. Practice forgiveness by recognizing that everyone makes mistakes, and that letting go of anger creates space for compassion and peace. 5. Volunteer or help those in need. Giving your time and energy to help others, whether through volunteering, mentoring, or simply being there for a friend, strengthens your connection to the community and deepens your sense of purpose. Reflection exercise. Close your eyes and think of someone who might be struggling. This could be a friend, family member, or even someone you don't know personally. Imagine sending them love and compassion, visualizing their suffering easing and their heart filling with peace. Notice how this practice makes you feel lighter, calmer, and more connected. The power of compassion and interconnectedness. Compassion reminds us that we are not isolated beings, but part of an intricate web of life. Our actions, words, and thoughts ripple outward, touching countless lives in ways we may never see. By cultivating compassion, we contribute to a world where understanding and kindness prevail over conflict and division. The Buddhist teachings encourage us to move beyond living solely for ourselves and instead embrace a life of service, love, and connection. As we practice compassion, we not only transform the lives of others, but also discover a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment within ourselves. In the final section, we will summarize the lessons we've explored and offer encouragement for embracing the wisdom of Buddhism in your daily life. Let's bring it all together. The next steps on the path to a meaningful life. As we bring this journey to a close, let's reflect on the profound lessons we've explored. Together, we have delved into the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, uncovering practical tools to transform the way we live and experience life. From understanding the fleeting nature of time to cultivating mindfulness, practicing gratitude, letting go of attachments, and living with compassion, these teachings offer a roadmap to a life of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. To summarize, here are the key practices we've discussed. 1. Awareness of time. Embrace the impermanence of life and recognize that each moment is a gift. By doing so, you'll stop postponing happiness and fully engage with the present. 2. Mindfulness. Anchor yourself in the now, living with intention and clarity. Mindfulness helps reduce stress, enhance joy, and deepen your connection to life. 3. Non-attachment. Free yourself from the burdens of clinging to material possessions, emotions, or rigid beliefs. Letting go creates space for true freedom and peace. 4. Gratitude. Shift your focus from what's missing to what's abundant. Gratitude transforms your perspective, helping you find beauty and meaning even in life's challenges. 5. Purpose. Align your actions with your core values and seek fulfillment in ways that resonate with your true self. Purpose is not about external achievements, but about living authentically and meaningfully. 6. Compassion. Extend kindness and understanding to yourself and others. Compassion fosters connection, heals relationships, and creates a ripple effect of positivity. These practices are not abstract ideals. They are tools you can integrate into your daily life. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a life of harmony and meaning. Encouragement to practice and seek deeper values. As you move forward, I encourage you to put these teachings into practice. Start with one small change, a mindful breath, a moment of gratitude, or an act of kindness. These small steps have the power to create profound transformation over time. Remember that this journey is not about perfection. It's about progress and intention. There will be days when you feel distracted, overwhelmed, or disconnected, and that's okay. The key is to return to the path with compassion for yourself and a renewed commitment to living fully. Seek out the deeper values in life that go beyond material success or fleeting pleasures. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? How can I contribute to the well-being of others? Or what can I do today to live in alignment with my highest self? By reflecting on these questions, you will uncover insights that guide you toward a life of greater purpose and joy. A final message: every moment is precious. The Buddha reminds us. The trouble is, you think you have time. These words are not meant to instill fear, but to awaken us to the reality that every moment is precious. Each day is an opportunity to grow, to love, to connect, and to live with intention. It is never too late to change, to start anew, or to embrace a more meaningful way of life. Whether you are 20 or 80, whether you feel lost or fulfilled, the present moment is always available to you as a starting point. The path to a meaningful life is not linear. It is a journey of discovery, one moment at a time. Reflection exercise. As we close, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today to live more intentionally? How can I bring more mindfulness, gratitude, or compassion into my life? Write down your thoughts and keep them somewhere visible. Let them serve as a gentle reminder to cherish each moment and live with purpose. A final word of encouragement. You are not alone on this journey. Every step you take, no matter how small, contributes to a life of meaning and fulfillment. Trust in the process. Be patient with yourself. And remember that the path to wisdom and peace is always within reach. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Buddhist teachings and their relevance in our modern lives. May you find the clarity, courage, and compassion to live each day fully and authentically. And may this journey inspire you to create a life that reflects the beauty and depth of your true nature. Let's embrace each moment as a gift and walk forward with intention, gratitude, and love.